In the 77 car, sponsored by Sleep in Heavenly Peace. No kid sleeps on the 4. He has done 130 beds for anyone who does not have a bed, for any kid who does not have a bed. You get a hold of that blue car right there, a blue 77, and he will hook you up. No kid sleeps on the floor. That is David Burkett out of Tracy. And in the 2 car, sponsored by Tri-Metal Industries, Baker Custom Cabinets, and Powerbill Race Engines out of Napa, that's David Goodwill. And in the 93 car, sponsored by Redline Oil, Woodland Auto Display, and Trusty Media out of Folsom, that's Jerry Kobza. In the 24 car, sponsored by his very own pocketbook. They call it Pocketbook Racing out of Sacramento. That's David Diaz. In the 7 car, sponsored by Phil Alves Engines and his Pocketbook Racing team. Also giving a shout out to his wife out of Patterson. That's Steve Amador. In the 11 car, sponsored by Amador Trucking and Discovery Challenge Academy out of Series. That's Mark Amador. And in the 87 car, sponsored by Main Machine and also his pocketbook, that's Dan Gunderman.
So that is your starting lineup for the NCMA Sprint Cars here. Traditional sprints on the pavement at the quarter-mile Stockton 99 Speedway. This track already tough to get around in a super late model, a pro late model, a mini stock legend car, a stalker, a whatever you race here. But could you imagine all this horsepower available underneath your right foot on a track so small that once you start to accelerate, you have to slow down for the corner. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see. We've seen the NCMA Sprint Cars here in the past, and we've seen some drama towards the end of these races.
Do you like drama?
I do.
Well, good. You know, the other day in art class,
yeah,
they told us that we had to draw anything.
And here's your starting lineup for tonight's. I didn't cut you off enough, I don't feel.
That I feel bad almost. Like I was getting invested into this art story. We'll never know. I'll never know what he drew.
Whoever camera person is on it, there is a particular billboard in the outside of turn number 2. Do you think that was strategically placed for the fans at Stockton 99 and the drivers down Wilson Way? Particularly the purple one.
Oh, that one. I think Sarah's on it.
Maybe you both can get onto it.
Sarah's on it. I'm gonna make you go to Sarah.
Crash. Call Ashley.
There's a sticker on the front end of the 25, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, they put the
the
duct tape lining, and they wrote on the front end, I learned to never turn right on Wilson Way.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that means. I was told just interview the fast time qualifiers, but I might need to ask Cooper what that's all about.
Probably the top 8. Crazy about sprint cars.
How many laps do we got for these guys?
It doesn't have a number. I don't know.
Sweet.
The score, the schedule, and there's no paperwork saying how many laps. So I think until we get tired of them or they run out of gas.
Yeah.
Which we have seen happen.
Yes. We saw that happen just last week at Irwindale Speedway.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Not with these cars, though.
Not with these ones.
All right. Well, I will tell you all, because I think sometimes people like stories. The 11 was the last car to show up today in the pit area. It looked like he had shown up from a camping trip.
I think so. He had his camper van towing. And it is time. Looks like the lights are out around the racetrack.
I'm ready.
We got 7 of the best doing battle here at Stockton. Watch those brakes going into turn number 1. David Diaz, the blue 24, out to the lead. And you can see them all side by side behind. And we got a battle for the lead. The yellow, number 2. David Goodwill closing in, looking high, looking low. Goodwill going to go for a slide. Slip back to second. Now the battle is entering 1 to 2. Battle for the lead again.
Yeah, good side-by-side racing here.
The 2 of Goodwill trapped on the outside, but this could play into his hands entering 3.
What do you call this? It's not door-to-door.
No.
Wheel-to-wheel.
Wheel-to-wheel, which is not what you want to make contact with. While the battle for the lead is raging, the 3rd place runner closing in. That's the number 93 of Jerry Kobsa. Oh, look at that outside in cross under move down the back straightaway. And hard on the brakes.
What a move.
New leader. All right, Jeffrey, you've got some battling back here.
We do. There was no reason to look away from what you were, but we do have 4 cars that are battling it out. This is 4th on back. This is basically the rest of the field, and they have been kind of all over each other during your battle up there for the lead.
My battle is stretched out.
It is now. Oh!
See why I went to yours? All right, so the 77 leads this group, and that's David Burkett in the 77. Burkett leads this pack with 7 of Steve Amador.
The 11 of Amador almost spun out of turn 2.
Yeah.
Super squirrely. So again, this is 4th place on back.
And these 2 packs are separated basically by half a track.
So Amador right now trying to hold off Gonderman. And like you said, there are 2 packs, which means if this race is long enough, we're going to see some hefty lap traffic show up at some point. Both these packs are separated by about half a track. Less than that now, as the leaders are coming.
So looking high. I've noticed, look at these sprint cars, right? They have all that room up high in 3 and 4, which is a preferred groove for stock cars. But I feel like with all this horsepower, you do not want to add any more banking because that's what loosens up the car. You notice that? They're running the low to middle groove at most. All right, so. Oh. Yeah, watch that exit. So the 7 of Steve Amador starting to work his way around the 77 of Burkett. Running out of patience, running out of time. And this allows the number 87 to close in and be bumper to bumper. Dan Gonderman, like you talked.
Best opportunity, contact into turn 1. And the leaders, around goes Amador.
Amador in the 7, Steve Amador spins it out, turn number 2, and we punch him back again.
Now, obviously, Steve's not happy about this. He spun out in the grass. But that was about to be what your leaders were going to have to drive through, and I was really looking forward to seeing that. That was about to get increasingly exciting.
Well, let's take a look at the replay to see what the heck happened.
What happened?
The checkup into 1, I feel like helped start it. Oh, there's contact. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, don't think the 77 of Burchett cared.
Yeah.
Oh, you're to my inside? Well, good for you.
So Burkett on the outside, and yeah. Again, we talk about Stockton. You do not let your guard down on that inside lane through turns 1 and 2.
And you never let your meat loaf.
Oh.
So the 7 going for a spin out of turn 2. Luckily didn't collect the other number, or the other Amador car, the number 11. Mark Amador.
All right. Well, the cars are getting bunched back up to their restart order. Hope you all are having a good time here. Joining with us, Stockton 99 Speedway. Your leader, the number 2, David Goodwill. In the Tri-Metal Industries, number 2. Currently leading in the NCMA Sprint Cars. Lights are still flashing. And it was interesting to see the split between the 2 packs. You got to wonder what this restart does now. Everybody's bunched up.
It's going to be opportunity here for your top 3 to maybe try to make, again, Goodwill was the one who drove his way through the pack. I don't know what to expect, but I think Goodwill's looking good.
We're going to find out. Look at that, checking out your leader. All right, so I feel like we're going to continue that battle from 4th place on back.
Here it comes.
Gonderman looking high.
Burchett closing the door.
And you see Gonderman trying to pick different lanes, trying to see what's available to get around the 77 of Burkett, and they almost had a swing and a miss.
We saw that story play out earlier.
Do you think at any point this is more to do with running out of patience? Because Burkett, he's trying to defend, and Gonderman is trying to pass. I can't say if Gonderman has a faster car because he gives up time in the corners as much as he gains.
Yeah, it probably is. It seemed like the 2 cars following the 77 during the previous green flag run, Amador who spun and this 87 of Gonderman, they're faster cars. But the 77's running a line that's making it very hard to do anything about it. And that's where you can be frustrated as a driver. You see the 77 with a bit of a hiccup out of turn 2. Those are the moments you're going to want to take advantage of if you're Gonderman.
I see the cross flags from the flagman forming. I see the thumbs up like he has gotten the direction. White flag. Never mind, he was just getting that yellow flag out of his hands.
Even better.
So the number 2 down the back straightaway, David Goodwill. Took the lead early on, has yet to give it back. David Goodwill out of turn number 4, check flag waves in tonight's NCMA Sprint Cars. And Goodwill will capitalize and take the win here tonight. Going to do a cool down lap. Everybody else going to make their way off the track. And coming up next, for those of you at home, will be the Legends Tour main event here at Stockton 99 Speedway. You saw the B main. You saw how racy they can get in just those 7 cars fighting for their starting spot in the main. And there is nothing. He parked behind the speed shot.
Hey folks, I'm down here with David Goodwill, your NCMA main event winner. And at the beginning of the race, it was real hard to get past that 24 car, but when you did, you just kind of stuck out there. So would you like to talk about it?
Well, he's a good driver, a good competitor, and, you know, they're just hard to get by sometimes. But once finally did. The car was set up beautifully, and I was able to just bring it home.
Well, there was that caution about 3/4 of the way through the race. Did you have any worries about that, with it affecting the outcome?
No, someone would have to really come get it if they wanted it, and I wasn't going to let this one go. This one's for my friend who passed away, Dawn, and my granddaughter, whose birthday's today.
Well, happy birthday. Well, would you like to thank some sponsors for me?
I'd just like to thank my car owner, Kenneth Whalen, and his brother, Jimmy Whalen, who builds the motors, and my brother. It's a family affair, and I get the pleasure of driving it.
Well, here to present your trophy is Molly Lairs, and I will get out of the way so the pictures can be taken.
Thank you, Ryan. So up next, looks like we're going to have legends. Is that right? So we're going to have a Legends race coming up. The Legends A main event will be coming up shortly. But we're going to have a little practice session for one of the cars to get a shakedown. I'm going to, just from what I hear, I'm going to guess it's going to be that 45 car.